To today's video, guys. Today we're going to be breaking down the Technomancer. Now, for those of you who have been following our Outriders coverage, we have covered all the 3 different classes that are also available in Outriders. So if you haven't checked this out and you haven't made your mind who you're going to main, who you're going to be picking first, I highly recommend you check out those videos. I'll link them in the annotations for you guys to check them out. But today we're taking a look at the Technomancer, and I believe the best way I could probably represent this class is mostly like a very vampire class, in the sense that you'll be able to get your health back very frequently because of the way he has his healing effect in the game. And I'll explain all that as we progress through the video. In addition to that, guys, he's able to infuse power from weapons. So basically his main power, or his main objective in here, his main anomaly is the fact that he's able to summon different weaponry with his power. So it's actually pretty cool and pretty crazy. Think of him like the Hulk. I guess that's the best way, or the Green Lantern. That would be the best way to go about it. And he is green, so it kind of makes sense. So let's go ahead and talk about the Technomancer, break down this ultimate guide, and let's go ahead and wrap on in it. Now, before we do, I do want to remind you guys about our January giveaway. We're giving away 1 free copy of any game that you want for 2021 for any system of your choice. To enter and participate, it's super duper easy. All you got to do is click the pinned comment and be a subscriber to the channel. And that's it. You guys are automatically entered. So good luck to everybody participating. The winner will be announced on the first week of February. Let's go ahead and dive in. The Technomancer, guys, is super versatile with his status effect. In addition to that, he has a lot of weaponry he's able to summon. And those weapons he's able to summon give him a huge advantage in the battlefield and a huge advantage with long-range weapons. We're going to be talking about what the best weapons are for him and also what are the best powers, but let's go ahead and break down his 3 core objects of the game. His first one is Ordnance, which of course is being able to summon weapons. Second is Gadgetry. Of course, he's the master of gadgets within this game. And the second one is Decay. Now, Decay is going to be very fundamental because this is a sort of toxin that he's able to produce, not only by weapons, but also by healing and also by using it as part of the melee. Speaking of melee, he does have a melee like everybody in Outriders. His melee deals 1,154 damage when he does the melee, but it also inflicts an effect called Freeze, which, like the name says it freezes the enemy you melee. Now, what makes this even better is that this freeze melee ability allows you to freeze enemies that are around the area, because it does have an area of effect. So if there's multiple enemies bunched up together and you do your melee, you'll be able to freeze them as well. He does have healing, and one of the coolest components about his healing is the fact that he does become like a vampire, because the way he gets health is for every single damage he makes, he will be getting his health back. So you're going to be able to recover your health from damage, whether it be with a melee, whether it be with a power, whether it be with your weapon. Every damage will give you health. So he does make him very vampire-y, and he does have some really cool powers. Speaking of powers, let's go ahead and jump in and talk about what we have available. The first one we're going to be taking a look at is called Pain Launcher. Now, Pain Launcher is going to allow you to have a really, really cool ability, which is going to allow you to spawn a rocket launcher, which fires a widespread rocket barrage that rains death to enemies. So this is actually pretty cool, because it's kind of like if you have your own defense system, right? And it just spews, it makes it rain rockets all over the place. It's actually pretty cool. And this is, I feel like, one really good to control a big amount of enemies. Or you could do your freeze and then spawn this, and then it'll allow you to be able to barrage them with rockets. Now, this does have a little bit of a delay when you spawn it, so you want to make sure you time it right. So you freeze them, then you go ahead, put out the barrage, and you guys should be good to go. The next one we have is called Blighted Rounds. Now, Blighted Rounds is going to allow you to put a complete clip of Blighted, which is going to kind of like a status effect to the enemy with your weapon. Really cool. The next one is called CRYO Turret. The name says it all, guys. It's a turret that's going to be able to spawn and inflict a freeze effect to the enemies that are coming your way. Really cool. We don't have gameplay for these, but these are actually pretty cool indeed. The next one we have is called Tools of Destruction. Now, Tools of Destruction is by far one of the coolest ones in effect. Tools of Destruction is going to allow you to do 2 particular things. It's like having 2 powers in one. Number one, if you guys just tap the button to summon in the Tools of Destruction, it's going to summon a minigun. So that minigun is going to allow you to summon and go now, if you hold down the button, so if you hold down your button instead of just tapping it, you're going to be able to summon a rocket launcher, which is actually pretty crazy. What makes this rocket launcher even more OP, and definitely one that you're definitely going to want to use for, boss fights, is that it allows you to interrupt a boss. So as you guys know, within the game, there is going to be a little bar that shows up when a boss is about to do some sort of like power move or some sort of combo. Then when that bar is about to fill up, if you shoot him with the rocket launcher, it's going to interrupt that and make it really effective. Really crazy for boss fights, and one that you guys should definitely consider. The next one we have is called Fixing Wave. Now, Fixing Wave creates a small pool next to you that restores your health and also restores the health to your allies. Think of it like if you play Destiny, when the Warlock puts down the staff and allows the healing pool. Very similar to that, but what makes this even cool is that your teammates could be like on the other side of the battlefield, right? They don't have to be next to you to be able to get this, because when you apply the heal to yourself, it automatically sends the heal to them, so they don't have to be in the same vicinity as you do, making it really effective, especially if you're you're playing with a trickster and the trickster's over there like flying around, doing his thing over there like really far, like 20 meters out, and you're about to go down, or he gives you a call, yo, pop your heals. You're able to pop your heals, and not only will you get it, but he'll get it as well, regardless of where he's at. So really cool. The next one we have is called Cool Snap. And this is the one I was mentioning that could work very good with Pain Launcher. Cool Snap creates a small pool that will freeze enemies in place with a wide radius. In addition to that, it'll freeze them in place for 5 seconds. So, using the Cool Snap and using the barrage would be kind of crazy, because you can freeze them, pop up your rocket launcher, just pop, and kill them really cool. So there's a really good amount of combos you can pull out with these that make it really cool. The last one we have is called BLIGHTED Turrets. Now, BLIGHTED Turrets is going to allow you to spawn a turret to pour lead into your foes. In addition to that, it's also going to apply the status effect called Toxic, which is very similar to what we're able to do with our gun when we did the BLIGHTED rounds. Toxic is going to cost a damage over time, making it really powerful and really OP. Now that we know the powers he's able to have, let's take a look at his skills and how these skills are going to differentiate from other ones and how they're going to benefit us when we're using the Technomancer. Number one, he has a total of 3 skills. And as you guys have been following my videos, you guys know that the skill tree is divided into 3 nodes. We have Pestilence, Tech Shaman, and Demolizer. So what we're going to be taking a look at is the Pestilence. A cool ability about Pestilence, if you decide to invest in this one, it's going to give you a lot of buffs to your DK skills. So your Toxic ability, your Blighted rounds, is going to give you a lot of that. Plus, it's also going to give you weapon bonuses. As you guys know, this character is really, really good with sniper rifles and really good with ARs. So if you want to buff the power that you're able to output with your sniper rifle and your assault rifle, this is definitely a skill tree or nod that you want to invest with. Now remember, he does give you the advantage of using that Cool Snap, which will allow you to freeze enemies. So it's going to be very effective that you can freeze someone, pull out your sniper rifle, do a ton of damage, and kill them that way. The second one is Tech Shaman. Now this one in particular is going to focus on boosting damage to your turrets. Now remember, we have multiple turrets that we're able to use with him, so this is actually going to be pretty cool. In addition to that, it's going to give us a boost to our freeze effect and our healing, which is actually pretty cool. And what makes it really cool, if you decide to invest almost all your skill points on this particular nod, it's going to give you the ability to have a second life. It's going to allow you to revive yourself once again once your health drops to 100, to 100, below 100 to 0. You're going to be able to respawn once again with your health back at 50%. Really cool ability to have, and one that you should definitely consider. Now remember, he also has one more, which is the Demolisher, and this is going to synergize perfectly with your skills and will provide a boost to your health and damage, and also boost your toxic damage. So a lot goes into this one that is going to boost your powers and your anomaly. So definitely, if you want to invest on this one, it's actually very fundamental. If you decide to play him, you're going to definitely be more of a supportive role, because you're basically the only character that's able to heal yourself and heal others at the same time. So there you guys have it. That is our ultimate guide for the Technomancer. If you haven't had a chance to check out our other guides for all the other characters that are coming out, I highly recommend you guys check them out. I'll leave them linked in the annotation. In addition to that, guys, if you want more extensive coverage for Outriders, make sure you guys keep it locked on this channel, and I'll talk to you guys later.